どうも皆様、こんばんにちは、ヒロでございます。下手でも関係ない楽しむだけをモットーに、シャーロック・ホームズ・チャプター1続きをやっていきたいと思います。はい。前回の続きでございまして、前回、最後にカードを追求、求断して、終わったかと思うんですけども、なんかちょっとカートの反応が自分の思ってた感じとは違ってたんですよね。なんか本当に殺したのかがわかんない感じで、ちょっと他のメンツも他のね、その2人の反応がどうなるのかがちょっとわかんない、気になるってところがあるので、ちょっと今回は頭前半に、2人を糾弾して、その上で、最悪、誰かへ、最終的な、ジャッジをしようかなと思います。ちょっと気になっちゃうんでね。なので、ちょっと待って。一旦保存しとこう。保存。OK。じゃあ次。マティスタに糾弾してみようか。
Matista, you killed Fabio during the ritual.
What? No, I could never.
おう。儀式をフォビオを取り戻そうとした。フォビオですね。ファビオだな。
Your duo was coming to an end. He would have left you, and you were afraid of that. Since you believe in your gift, you thought you could revive him after death. And that time, he would have stayed with you.
That is not true. I was afraid of him leaving me, but I would never have hurt him.
そうだよな。俺マティスタじゃないとは思うんだけどな。
You were there when Fabio was killed. He fought for his life and inflicted those bruises on your body, but you knocked him out eventually.
I was with the guests all the time. Manchios ordered me.
You knocked out Fabio with a bottle. You locked the door and placed him on the altar. You cast spells and pushed.
そもそもファビオって男性でかつ女性が運べるほど軽いのかっていうと微妙な気がするんだよな。これやっておきながら。
So you cleaned yourself up and left the room, realizing the full scale of what you'd done.
That's just wrong. I didn't do it. You didn't see what happened.
Then tell me, what did happen?
I don't know. I wasn't there. You weren't either.
I can see that life hasn't been kind to you. Since childhood, you have been used and abused. The guests at the Manchios mansion are not that different. And even if you think you are in control, such a life takes a heavy toll regardless. The only good thing you had in your life was Fabio. You were so frightened of losing him that you killed him. I believe your only chance for a normal life is to receive medical help. Psychiatrists will help you.
Others have always decided what my life should be. And you're no different, Mr. Holmes.
That is your only option, Matista. I'm afraid you can't choose.
こんな感じっぽいですね。やっぱマティスタじゃねえな、やっぱ。はい、戻ってまいりました。ということで、ラスト一人。お前に話を聞こう。
I know who killed Fabio.
So I'm free to go, sir?
Quite the opposite. I think it was you, Mr. Pincher.
That is not possible.
Allow me to explain.
儀式を企てようとしたのはあなただ。
You staged this decadent ritual so you would not be suspected. After a short fight, you knocked Fabio unconscious. You locked the door and dragged the body to the altar. You wanted to set up someone acquainted with this masquerade.
I don't have the nerve to kill or stage a murder. I can't even leave my uncle's house.
You wanted to be rid of your dear uncle. I myself barely know him and already find him intolerable. You've worked for him for years. Santos, do this. Santos, do that. He doesn't pay you. He doesn't recognize your work. He doesn't see you as family. But you thought that heritage might be yours. Instead, all you'll ever receive is mustache wax. It is painful to witness such a situation. I cannot imagine how it must be for you. So you decided to frame your uncle. Put the blame for Fabio's murder on him. That way, the heritage is yours, and you are free.
half of what you say is true. I'm in pain. I have had a hard time with my uncle, but I'm not a murderer. I can't even stand up to my uncle. How could I have killed Fabio? He did nothing to me.
He was a source of your troubles too, though. Especially since Mr. Manchios treated him like... The blood on your shoe tells me that you were with Fabio. You stabbed him with the dagger while he was still alive. You drew a sigil on him. There was a great deal of blood. You needed to remove it. Blood is almost like glue. It sticks to everything, dries quickly, and is quite visible. But you know how to handle stains. You are Kurt Manchios's major domo. However, despite your best efforts, you missed a spot.
It doesn't make sense, sir. I was never there. I am convinced there's a reasonable explanation.
Your uncle is a cruel man. He used everyone around him to his advantage. I don't believe he even truly loved Fabio. You knew very little love, support, or care from him. You lost your mind, Santos. And innocent people... I can't allow you to go free, but I can try to help you. I can provide my findings to the police. Decadence and perversity might poison anyone around.
I don't know what to say. I can't breathe. I need to go outside.
Unfortunately, you can't.
あ
I'll remember this horror forever.
あ。このことは一生忘れないでしょうってどっちの意味だろうな。なんか、どっちにし、なんか、そうだよな。結局、ファビオを殺す動機っていうのが、カート以外不十分なんだよな。って考えると、やっぱ、カートで間違いなさそうだよな。オッケー。戻ります。よし。戻って、三度戻ってきました。カートマンチョス。お前を糾弾する。
Fabio did not have a ritual purpose, Mr. Manchios. It was staged by a man who wished to distract the investigation.
That might be true. That poor girl Matista wouldn't dare to kill the only man who cared for her. So, Santos.
Mr. Pinchetti snatched at the chance to solve his problems.
Ungrateful little scum. Will he be executed?
But what for? He informed the police as to the crime, that was all. He couldn't stage the ritual, but he found the body, I believe.
I can't believe it. Why did Werner do it?
Mr. Vogel. He had no reason, and he won't be a scapegoat as you plan. You put Fabio's letter in his pocket when he was intoxicated, didn't you?
You can't be serious.
You're at the twilight of your life. You have no partner, you have no children. You had feelings, however, for one man. That was Fabio. You loved him. That is, you wished to own him with money and gifts. But he was also a free mind, was he not? He turned his back on you. Quite unjust. Love, so cruel and painful. And Fabio, with his words and deeds, made you feel the more wretched. So you killed him.
You must surely perceive that my sensitive nature wouldn't allow me to hurt anyone.
We can very often deduce someone's life by their shoes or their fingernails. You are a meticulous person, but this murder was fairly traumatic and filthy. After you stabbed Fabio, you were covered in blood. You panicked and neglected to rinse the soap from under your fingernails. The devil is in the details, Mr. Manchios.
Nonsense. I missed it simply because of the busy schedule of the party.
Of course, a staged murder was certainly not planned. You staged the murder as a satanic ritual. It was easy for you since you were the one who wrote the scenarios for the party. It was your way of avoiding suspicion. A respectable man in his 60s,
Early 60s.
who hosts the cream of Cordona's society, cannot possibly be a murderer. But the guests who behave like animals in his mansion, of course, one of them could have killed Fabio.
I did oversee a few of the rituals, but I did not stage Fabio's death.
前回地上のもつれによる犯行だって言ったけど、これは計画殺人だっていうのをちょっと言ってみようか。
The young performer played with your emotions. That was painful to realize. You spent so much time and effort to be with Fabio, but he didn't respond in the way you would have liked. You wanted to be loved, but Fabio shattered your dreams. In the smoking lounge, he teased and mocked you. He wanted you to suffer. by offering himself to others. The deception was unbearable. You struck him, and then you staged the ritual. You planted the letter in Vogel's pocket and attempted to set up Matista.
What poppycock? Sherlock, stop this game now.
There is no stop word, Mr. Manchios. Relax and enjoy it. I'll pass the remainder of this case to Constable Oswald. He'll know what to do with you.
ああ。なんていうかだな。どっちにしてもなんかすげえ微妙だな。まあ、カートでいいか。カートでいいかっていうのも変な話だけど。終わったよ。
I have a name for you. Kurt Manchios.
Is that so? The master of the Sabbath?
The man himself. Mr. Manchios couldn't stand to lose control over his lover. A deadly revenge that deserves a proper sentence. I have all the evidence to charge him.
A degenerate and a murderer. I'll make a name thanks to that for sure.
出
As
世
for my part, not everything was in place. Perhaps some documents were transferred somewhere else, but I couldn't find a trace of them. Then I remembered. The discarded document drawers where we put the lost papers or the badly labelled ones. Including the crime scene report of Violet Holmes's case. Everything I've found is on the desk here. Take it.
Your persistence has saved me.
Yeah, well, we had a deal after all. Your friend is free then. You can leave.
Good luck, Constable.
ありがとう。これか。事件記録0743番、到着した捜査官によってストーンウッド邸の庭の遺体はバイオレット・ホームズ夫人であることが確認された。被害者の体全体が水で濡れており、喉には5センチほどにわたる縦型の深い切開の跡が確認できた。被害者の顔は膨れ上がり赤い斑点に覆われていた。死因は低酸素症であると考えられる。監察医の確認待ち。第一容疑者のオットー・リヒターを現場で逮捕した。遺体は検視のため移送された。縦型に切開。これ、もしかして、ホームズ、シャーロック自身が殺したとかっていうことではないよね。
Garden. There's a garden behind our manor. How could I forget? That's where it all happened, where it all went wrong.
Sherry, it looks like you've almost found what you wanted.
そうだね。
Oh, you did it, Sherlock. The case is closed and all rewards belong to the winner. Bravo.
It is merely the triumph of the truth.
Is it? No compromises? No lies? You're happy with your decisions?
仕方がありません。
Whatever the truth, it had to be revealed. The victim deserved it.
Well, you seem confident in the value of your actions. I guess since I'm free, you were heard after all. By the way, did you get that precious information about your mother? Oh, not that you must.
Yes, I did.
Forgive my intrusion in such a personal matter. I simply worry I'm failing to be of much help to you.
Actually, you were. For some reason, all the archives on the case had disappeared. This was a rare opportunity to obtain the impossible.
Outrageous. Perhaps someone found the truth unpleasant. Society usually rejects those who speak with too much honesty, doesn't it?
A comfortable lie is often preferred to uncomfortable truth. Still, I believe that the latter should prevail, and I cannot remain silent.
That's quixotism at its best. Your mere truth cannot defeat institutions, systems, and power. Etiquette, religion, marriage, they're all lies told to preserve connections, love, and sanity, and it's all corruptible.
Lies destroy human dignity. How could you make a free decision without any knowledge of the truth?
Are we really free to decide anything in this world, Sherlock?
説教はやめろ。
I get enough obnoxious pontification from my brother, so please spare me your lecture.
Forgive my love for moral philosophy. I know I tend to ramble. You're a walking contradiction, Sherlock. You refuse to lie to others, but constantly lie to yourself. How long until the train comes off the track? I cannot look away, but perhaps I should take a few steps back. You're an accident waiting to happen, dear. Until then, I shall bid you adieu.
距離を置こうって別にお前と近い距離にいたいわけではなかったんだけどな。特になんもなしと。うん。僕らは紅茶を飲んでいた。母さんの喉が切り裂かれた。母さんは溺死していない。なんか可能性として、そうなんだよな。呼吸困難になっちゃってたから、喉を切開して、そっから空気を入れようとしたっていう、可能性。しかもそれを子供のシャーロックがやろうとしたとかだったら、結構これ最後、すげえ嫌だな。嫌な終わり方になりそうなんだよな。そんなことある？そんなことあるかな？どっちにしても一旦戻るか。誰かいるやって思ったら、そういや、あれだったな。タブクエストのあれをやってねえから、ずっといるんだな、お前。すまんな。これだ。咲き起こる木にきらめく池、快適なガゼボに関する記憶だ。どうやら屋敷の裏。屋敷の裏？屋敷の裏に大きな庭があり、1階にあるその入り口は2つの窓だ。中から入るってことか？うん。なんでお前が立ち塞がってんだ？
Sherry, please listen to me. Sherry,
John, I always listen to you.
you don't have to do this. You don't have to go through. I don't know what is beyond this door, but I can feel it. Buzzing, angry, like a fly at the window.
I know. I can sense it too.
You locked away this memory for a reason. There is only pain here.
Pain. And truth.
You do not need to suffer either. There is so much more we can do on Cordona, so many others we can help. There is no coming back from this.
ここで終わっちゃうのか。なるほどね。いや、他の事件を終わらせてねえんだよな。
I find myself awash in uncertainty. Perhaps now is not the time, with so much left to do.
Thank you, Sherlock. Thank you. Some doors can remain closed.
Cordona still calls for us, yes. And we will answer. But know this, John. One way or another, we will find ourselves back in front of this door, unable to avoid the truth any longer.
なるほど。なるほどね。ってことは、ここでもう最後だな。だからもうここのやつ全部終わらせようぜって感じになっちゃうな。どうしよっかね。 どうしよう。ちょっと時間的にちょうどいいから、一旦ここまでにして、次回この続きからやりましょう。で、本当だったら全部やりたいんだけど、サイドストーリーとか。なんだけど、まあ、サイドストーリー2個ぐらいやって、残りはもう、気になる方はご自身でやってくださいって形で、ということで、ちょっとね、そうだね、次回、サイドストーリー2本ぐらいやって、その次が、もう、この、母の愛の最後へと向かおうかなと思います。はい。ご視聴いただきまして誠にありがとうございました。また次回の動画でお会いいたしましょう。またね。